Hey friends, Pastor Kevin here, and I'm so glad that you joined me today. Today's lesson, I think I want to invite a grown-up to be with you, because I got a few little groaners, if you know what I mean, and groaners are for grown-ups, right? So I asked you to go get a grown-up, bring him in, and let's watch this together. You ready? All right. Hey, thanks for joining us today. And we've been talking about the Ten Commandments, right? And we understand that God's Word gives us the Ten Commandments, and they're to give us good things in life, not bad things. They're not like rules, you don't run in the hall or don't talk in class and those things that we learn at school. But God has given us 10 commandments so that we may have a good life. Just like the rules in classroom, they're so that we can have a good life and everybody can learn. Well, God's rules, God's 10 commandments are given to us to make us well and to live a life that pleases Him. Now, in the New Testament, Jesus gives us, I think, 49 commandments. But he takes and he sums them up all into two. He says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. The second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. And then let's brush up on the 10 commandments, because the 10 commandments, the first one is, you shall have no other God before me. The second commandment is, do not bow down to false idols. What are false idols? A car could be a false idol. A bicycle could be a false idol. A electronic game could be a false idol. Anything could be an idol that we put in front of God and make that more important than our relationship with God. Number 3, if you remember last week, it said, thou shalt not use God's name in vain. So we can't use God's name as a cuss word. We don't like people calling us names, so we shouldn't use God's name in a way that's not right, correct? So let's keep going and look at number 4. The fourth commandment from Exodus chapter 20 says, remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. Have you ever heard that you need to brush your teeth? Yeah, we brush our teeth because we want to keep them good, and we need to keep them for a long time. In fact, you only have to brush the teeth you want to keep. But we also ought to floss our teeth. Flossing isn't necessarily a fun thing to do. It's kind of tedious to do. You have to break off this little bit of dental floss, and the remembering the Sabbath and keep it holy. Oops, I broke that too short. Let me try again. Too short. 3 of them, too short. Let's try again. 4, too short. 5, man, just too short. I think that kind of reminds me of today's commandment of remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. Because there are 7 days in a week, right? God, when He made the heavens and the earth, He took 6 days to make the heaven and earth and everything we know, the birds, the trees, the flowers, the water, the people, everything. It's the sun, the moon. God took 6 days to make that, right? And on the 7th day, He rested. So He had set an example for us that we need to take a day of rest. If we don't take a day of rest and seek Him and put Him first, then before long, our life will feel like it's just wadded all up and we're just dangling there with nothing going well. Our life is messed up. But when we put God first and we make sure we spend a day of rest focusing in on Him, a day of rest isn't sleeping in. It's a day of going to church and worshiping Him and putting Him first. Because when we put Him first, what happens is when things are falling apart, He puts them all together. Because 7 days without God will make 1 week. And when we put God first, it'll prevent truth decay. So let's make sure that we put Jesus first in all that we do. So we will know the truth, and the truth will set us free. So remember the fourth commandment, remember the Sabbath, and keep it holy. Because I don't want to string you along on anything else. Thanks for joining us, kids. Pastor Kevin loves you and can't wait to see you again. Hope you like what you're seeing here. Leave us a little comment saying hi, because I can't wait to see you again. Bye-bye.